Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Press Box. Brian Carson here with my co-host Kenny Varner. How you doing, Kenny?
Pretty good, pretty good. Nice day today. It's about time.
I wouldn't know, man. I'm stuck indoors.
Mm,
You know how that can be.
yeah, yeah,
So, you were at a tennis match.
yeah. The this year.
I lost you, Kenny.
Even, how about now?
Now I got you. Now I don't.
How about now?
Now I
Okay,
do.
I got you. Now. Okay, we should be good now.
So you were covering tennis.
A,
Now, buddy, you're really breaking up.
game. Really?
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, well, we'll wait for him to get back on. What we're going to do tonight is talk about the winter season that ended and the upcoming spring. We're going to wrap up the winter, talk about the spring a little bit. And we'll wait. We got Kenny coming back on here. Hey.
Hey, I'm back.
Okay. All right. Let's try this one more time.
Okay.
You were
Third
covering tennis.
Yes.
And what happened?
Well, they battled Tyrone tonight, and it was pretty exciting. The number one tennis player, and number three were on the brink of elimination. The first one was
This is Juniata, right?
right. Yeah, there's a familiar name that everyone might know through the Juniata area. There is another Gazier sighting.
Oh, really?
And this is Sylvia, and she's a freshman and is the Indians' number 2 tennis player, and she won going away today. Very impressive, very strong backhand. Got to be definitely going to be a name that we're going to be hearing quite a bit as well. There must be some kind of gene in that family with the athletics. It's just really unbelievable. But yeah, she's a freshman, and she won. Like I said, she won pretty easy today. And Ryan Kent, he was very impressive. Had a 2.5 hour marathon win. He was like 2 points away from elimination, but came back and muscled out the 3-set victory. And then in singles, the third person in singles, Asher Rigglesworth won in 3 sets as well. So quite the squad there against winning in that kind of fashion against a very tough Tyrone team.
Well, that's good. That's good. So let's talk about the spring season. What are you because you get to cover things I don't anymore. What are some of the teams, the names? What are you looking forward to this spring season?
I love watching lacrosse. That's a pretty fun thing. I got to cover that yesterday. Mifflin County and Bellefonte. I love watching both boys and girls lacrosse. I won't be seeing much local track from Mifflin County, as there you have a season that's all away games because of the delay in the new field being open.
Yeah, because they have to, like with the track, there's concrete underneath. They got to let that set. So yeah, it's a shame, but all the Huskies uh, meets will be on the road.
Mhm.
Any
And
teams? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and the same goes with the baseball and softball teams. They'll be playing a lot of their early games on the road, but then um, once both their fields are done, they'll be having a lot of home games, probably towards the middle to the end of the season. So that's going to be fun to watch. But
What teams do you think the fans should watch, look for that could have big years? A big year.
uh, well, you always got to count Bald Eagle baseball. Um, they're ones to watch. Bald Eagle softball. They're year in and year out. Don Lucas has his teams all ready to go. John Clark and Bellefonte baseball is another team. I always like Craig Weston with the Mifflin County girls softball team. They're going to be ones to watch, and of course the Mifflin County baseball team um, with Mr. Hopple. Should be another stellar year because I think they have a lot of returners. So those are just some of the teams that I'm looking forward to covering. But usually in the spring, I love pretty much all the sports. There's not really one I dread, you know.
What do you think of? I know they lost Liz. What do you think of Junie out of softball? You know, they back-to-back state finals. How do you think they'll be this year?
I think they'll do well. Now they may have a little slow start till they can find a pitcher. It's going to probably be pitcher by committee until they find someone. And you know you're not going to replace a Liz Gager,
No.
um, never. But if you could just have average pitching, the offense this year should um, make up for some of the um, I want to say the talent that they'll miss from Gager being there.
Another thing we gotta focus on, which should be a big thing this spring, is Carter Smith.
Oh yeah, yeah, going for
He's
four.
already won. He's already won 3 state titles. Now
Uh-huh.
here he is. Going to try to win his first outdoor state championship, and that should be fun to follow as the spring goes along.
Oh, most definitely. He actually this past week was in Boston with the Juniata Valley Striders, where he he placed third in the nation. Um,
Yeah, New Balance.
New Balance Invitational, yeah. So uh, doesn't matter what team he runs for, man. He brings out the best in himself, and he ran a sub 150 in the 800. Awesome.
Not how about that? Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
And you also got a pretty good relay team at Mifflin County.
Yep. The DMR group, um, they finished 10th at New Balance. So, yeah, this is, you got the long distance runners for Mifflin County. I mean, we're seeing something I don't think we ever saw at this level with this many runners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, definitely some exciting times in the distance running part of the Mifflin County track team. That's for sure.
So, let's wrap up. Give me your thoughts. Let's wrap up the winter. Give me your thoughts on the winter season. Some of the teams, the individuals that you that caught your eye that you focused on.
Well, I got a chance to go and cover my first state wrestling, and
Yeah, I know. How'd you like it?
oh, I'm from a basketball guy. I thought it was awesome. I mean, it was like you told me this off air before, that everyone treats you nice and treats you like a family, and it's just a great atmosphere. And you were completely right. It's a event that I'll never forget, and there was some great performances. Um, Peyton Kearns
Fifth,
did a great job. Uh, Matthew Smith from Midwest,
fourth.
yeah, got a fourth, and oh man,
We
I
had
don't know.
Goo Alexander make it.
Yeah.
Avery Arndt made it. Charlie Page made it for Midwest. And Josh Ryan for Mount Union. And how about Caitlin Krebs?
Oh,
First,
what an effort! I mean, she came out, and I believe she lost her first bout, and
yes.
then battled her way through and ended up getting a sixth place. I mean, for a freshman,
And
definitely.
she's the first female to ever place at Hershey
Wow.
from our area.
Yeah, and she's so humble. That's what I mean. I talked to her, and she didn't act like a freshman. You know what I mean? She was able to give me, a um, very positive and mature outlook on you know her wrestling, and how she did, and um, she's you know wise beyond her years.
Uh, yeah, the day it's fun, but it can be long days, huh?
Yeah. Now we stayed over in Hershey for it, and I was getting home probably around 11 every night, and leaving and getting there probably around 8. So yeah, they were some long days, but they went quick. I was surprised how quick they go.
Oh yeah. I was when I'd go down, I was stupid. I would drive home
Mm,
every night. I don't know. I just wanted to sleep in my own bed,
yeah, can't blame you for that.
but it was stupid in a way. I should have stayed. But anything else besides wrestling? What else caught your attention in the winter season?
Definitely Carter Smith with another state championship. I was impressed with the Mifflin County boys basketball team, uh, coming up just a little bit short against State College in the championship, but they're a team to watch. They're an up and coming team, and I think we're gonna see them again in the same position next year, fighting for another District 6 championship.
What about up in Center County?
Well, it was. I hate to say this, but it was a kind of a down year for the most part. The only teams that made it um, for the postseason was the boys and girls Penns Valley team. Um, that the bigger schools. Now St. Joe's made it, They made a good run, made it into the states, and um, but yeah, it was really a down year all around, other than those three teams. So basketball had an off year, but hopefully they can gear up, ramp up, and rebound from this year. But with the Center County teams playing in Islands Conference, the teams are tough every night, and definitely a big jump from uh, the old conference, the Mountain League.
Center County Wrestling had a decent year.
Oh yeah,
State College, Asher Cunningham won his second state title. James Whitbread's a sophomore. He placed. Penns Valley had a great year. You were down there. I was really impressed with the Dingus kid.
Yes, yeah. I was
the
just gonna say,
freshman for
Dingus had
Penns
a
Valley.
really-
He took third in the state as a freshman. Ezra Swisher from Bellefonte placed. What were your thoughts on the Center County wrestling?
Hello, still there?
Kat, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Kenny.
now you're back.
I
Yeah,
said,
can you hear me?
what were your thoughts on the Center County wrestling?
They had a pretty strong year. Bellefonte was a little down, making that from what they're used to, but they still had Ezra Swisher. He did a really good job in states. You have Penns Valley with the Coach of the Year for District 6. Bald Eagle. I mean, these teams are not just good teams; they're legendary teams, as Dave Berman would say.
Yeah.
Each year, they definitely have strong programs, and they are with all the great coaches in the Center County area. They're all definitely future Hall of Famers in my book, with some of the teams that they've had through the years.
Well, I'll tell you what, buddy, I'll give you a heads up. Where do you see the State College team in the future?
Really?
Their junior high, oh my God, they had 3 kids in the PJW Junior High State Championships. 2 won titles, and 1 made it to the finals.
Wow.
Evan Restivo is a stud. He won it. Cale Sanderson's son, Teague, won it. Cale Sanderson's son.
Wow.
And then Noah Williams was second. They are going to be really, really tough. I don't know about the Penns Valley's going to be okay. Yeah, Bellefonte had to adjust to that move up to AAA from double. But I think they're all going to be fine.
Yeah. As well as like Mifflin County and Juniata, I think they're going to be fine as well. You gotta love for all the Husky fans. You gotta love that Hall of Fame induction of Dale Sear.
Absolutely, Dale and Tyson together.
Yeah.
That was a class act. Joel Gilbert, Altoona head coach. That was a classy act inducting them together, and Dale didn't know it.
Oh, really?
He did not know it that Tyson was going in. He knew he was going in,
Uh-huh.
but he had no idea about Tyson.
Nice.
It was
Nice.
great.
Hmm.
Well deserved. Well
Oh,
deserved.
yes, definitely. Um, Dale was he graduated with me, and I've known him ever since we were kids, and real great guy, classy, um,
Absolutely.
funny, great sense of humor. You know, just a great guy all around, and you know, I
Well,
couldn't
it
ask nicer
comes
guy.
yeah, it comes from the family. His dad, Heavy,
Uh huh.
is a great guy.
Hmm.
So yeah, but that was cool. But yeah, we should. All of a sudden, District Six AAA is pretty good. With it was for a long time just Mifflin County and Central Mountain. Now we have Altoona and State College is coming.
Hmm. Now, was Altoona a surprise? Because I was kind of surprised that they beat Mifflin County. Um, did
No,
you see that coming?
yes, not this soon though. Their junior high, they had the top team in the state junior high last year,
Mm.
and their kids are coming up now, and yeah, they won District Six. Good for them. Just more competition makes District Six better.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
So, all right, I got to get to this.
Okay.
It's March Madness.
Hmm.
Who do you got in your bracket?
I am behind in the bracket making category, um, but I can tell you that I'm rooting for Duke and Montana State. Uh, but when it comes down to it, I think it's going to be Alabama or Clemson that's winning it.
Ooh, that's different.
Mm.
I have Florida beating Houston.
Oh wow!
I watched last weekend in the SEC championship, and Florida to me looks like the best team in the country.
Mm.
They they absolutely manhandled a good Tennessee team. How about women? Did you pick that?
Well, no, I haven't picked that either, but I'm going to stick with um, UConn's. I got a good chance. I'm also going to say that if I'm going to pick a underdog, I'm going to say UCLA. Not to get any brownie points from you, but
Well,
um, they won the Big Ten. So,
you just got brownie points from me because they're my pick.
oh really?
Yep. I have them in South Carolina in the
Mm.
finals. You
I
know,
Yeah, I can see that.
but it's always fun, the big dance.
Hmm.
Uh, we had the play-in games. What'd you think of North Carolina crushing San Diego State?
Yeah, I you can see that.
Everybody was saying North Carolina didn't belong in it,
Uh huh.
and there they are crushing San Diego State.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know that press board material that someone tells you you shouldn't be in there, and you just do everything you can to make it happen. And show them, hey, we deserve to be here.
Yeah, there's a play-in game. First four game going on right now. I saw the score was Mount St. Mary's 52-45 over American
Mm.
early in the second. Then tonight there's one too. I can't remember.
Mm.
Then one I'm excited about.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's right around the corner.
Tomorrow at noon,
Uh,
the NCAA Wrestling Championships.
and am I right that Penn State has 10 wrestlers?
They're gonna go for their 12th in 14 years.
Mm.
Well, they're gonna get it. I mean, they got 4 guys are seated number 1. 3 are number 2. So that's basically, now I don't know if it's going to play out that way, but basically the NCAA seeding guys think Penn State could have 7 in the finals.
Wow.
Out of 10.
Now, what's the record? 6?
5.
5. Ooh.
Penn State, Iowa, and Oklahoma State all have 5. And Minnesota, I think Minnesota once. No, they didn't. Minnesota has the record for all. They had all 10 of their kids. I forget what year it was. Were all Americans.
Wow.
But yeah, I think Penn State will get probably. They could get 5. Most likely it'll be 3 or 4.
Mm.
And they're gonna win it. I have no, unless they would completely fall apart, they are gonna win it pretty handily.
Who do you think will be the champions?
For Penn State, I think the definite ones are Carter Starachi, 184, Mitchell Mesenbrink, 165, and Tyler Kasich, 140, 157. I think could be national champs. Luke Lilladall at 125 and Bo Bartlett at 141. That would be something.
Yeah. Now that goes until Saturday. Is that right?
Yes. It starts tomorrow at noon. It's going to be on ESPNU tomorrow, and then another round at 7:00. That'll be on ESPN. But ESPN is showing every round of the tournament.
Nice. And don't we have somebody we know commentating?
Yes. Yes, we're going to have Mr. Trent Hidley's going to be there, given his expertise.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, it's always fun. It's and this year they're here. They're in Philadelphia.
Cool.
So basically, it's in Penn State's backyard, which will also go towards them being a favorite.
Should definitely have the crowd.
Yes. I think so. I think it will be no doubt they'll have the crowd. As far as competition, it'll be Iowa, Oklahoma State, and Nebraska.
And Oklahoma State just came on, right, with the
David Taylor.
Yeah. He's really done something with that program in just that little time.
Yeah, we knew he would. And I really like Nebraska. They are a good team. They finished second in the Big Tens behind Penn State. Just really solid top to bottom. But once again, when it's all said and done, Pennsylvania, the state, will have more All-Americans than anybody in the country. Our kids who wrestled high school here. We do every year.
Who would you say is our nearest competitor state-wise?
As team, as far as team goes, and it's not that close to Penn State, it would be Lehigh.
Mm.
Lehigh's traditionally been a solid team. So I know we're jumping around here, but Cooper Flagg, think he's going to play? Or are they going to rest him the first game?
I think they're going to rest him the first game, but then after that, it's game on. Plus, that'll give him a week to heal.
Yeah. Yeah, that I bet you. Well, you're a Duke fan. I know that when he got injured, probably every Duke fan was like, "Oh my God," ready to have a heart attack.
Our faces were as blue as the Duke uniforms.
All right. Also, baseball is opening in Japan. Dodgers Cubs.
Yeah, wasn't much of a series, was it?
No. And what do you think of like the reception that Ohtani got?
Oh, that was God.
My God.
Especially when he hit that home run.
But I got to tell you, this is the thing that bugs me with baseball. They need a salary cap.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because this stuff, how is a team supposed to compete with like the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Braves, the Mets when they spend like they do?
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Yeah, and then you got that luxury tax, but the small owners they put it in their pocket. They don't reinvest in their product.
Right.
So yeah, they need something. Something needs to be done because the Dodgers, I mean, they made the Yankees look cheap this year.
Yeah. Their payroll is something ridiculous. I think it's like $400 million.
Mm-hmm. That's just absolutely nuts.
Now, how do you compete with that if you're like, let me think of a team. Well, I can't say the Pirates because they're just cheap.
Yeah. Kansas City, maybe?
Yeah. It's got a payroll of like $20 million.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, that's one guy for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
You have a baseball team? I forgot.
Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan.
You dirty. So then Garrett Cole broke your heart.
Oh man, yeah. I couldn't believe it. Now, Tommy John, right? Surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a warm fuzzy about this year.
Well, yeah, he's out. You lost Soto to the Mets.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little worried about Judge, too.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, because he just kind of fell apart in the World Series. Stuff that he usually, like, dropping fly balls, and I don't know.
Well, that happens, to a lot of, there's been a lot of superstar players who, for some reason, when they get to the postseason, just aren't the same.
Mm.
I don't know if it's them tightening up or what.
Yeah, it's something. I was really surprised.
So, tell me, what in the spring? Do you do anything with the football, or is that just the fall, the Bulldogs?
Oh, just usually the fall, but if someone wanted to play a game against us early on, we've played spring games before. Um, it takes me maybe an hour to get the whole team together to get ready to play. So yeah, we play when anybody wants to play us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Spring football.
we were hoping we wanted to what we want to do is we've only had one game that there was snow, and that was just flurries years ago. But we'd love more than anything to get into a game where we could play in the snow.
That would be so cool. I remember you just brought something back to me, made me happy.
No, nice.
A childhood memory. Back then there was like no computers. You know that.
Hmm.
The video games were just getting started. And our neighborhood was sports. I'm sure it was with you too. The
Hmm.
kids in the neighborhood got together for sports.
Yep.
And every year during the first real snow that laid on the ground, uh, we would the neighborhood kids we'd get out and play a game of football in the snow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
And
used to I got fond memories of that.
nice. And you play for hours and not even realize it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was a different world then, but
Uh huh.
that was fun. I missed it. I miss it, and that was cool. So yeah, I don't blame you for wanting to get a game in the snow.
Hmm.
All right, we're gonna do another turn.
Okay.
You follow the pro wrestling stuff.
Yes.
I saw a highlight on YouTube of Monday Night Raw and Cena with the
Mm.
crowd. How do you think he did in that little promo thing?
I think he's doing great because you got little kids, you know, ticked off at him. I said, I know this isn't funny because it's little kids, but they had one picture on Facebook that little, well, I'd say about 10-year-old was flipping off Cena, and I think he could. I know what they're trying to do, and I think it's great. Because what they're going to do, and my guess, I could be wrong, but I think they're going to make him turn out to be this real nasty guy, and then something will happen, and Rhodes will keep the title or something, and I see The Rock turning on Cena, and then Cena turning good in his last couple matches before he retires.
Yeah, eventually they're going to have to do that.
Hmm.
If he is really done, they don't want him to go out like a bad guy.
Right.
Not after as long as he has been a baby face. But I like how he even alienated the people that wore his shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you're just losers that want to follow a winner.
Hmm.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I did too. Well, some people won't remember, but when Cena first came out, he was a bad guy.
Oh, really?
He came out in of all things, different nostalgic jerseys, football, basketball. He wore a lock and chain around his neck. He was the he had a thing called the Thugonomics.
Oh,
Uh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a Billy Badass when he first came out, and real sarcastic jerk. And but then he turned good, I guess, with the Nexus when the Nexus came in and um, turned on a lot of the new. I mean, on some of the regulars, and these were the Nexus was a bunch of younger wrestlers coming up through. Like I think Wade Barrett was one of them. Um, I can't remember the rest. But I think maybe even CM Punk was part of that. And then he turned good, and then he's been good ever since.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch it regularly anymore, but I'll look at some videos on YouTube and that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, me, I like it. I never liked the baby faces.
No, some of them are just too clean cut and too
Yeah,
boring. You know,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
give Roddy Piper any day over Hulk Hogan.
yeah. Like, absolutely. They're more entertaining. They
Mm-hmm.
really are. And Piper was downright crazy for real.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was stabbed, I believe, 7 times in his life. He got hit
Yeah,
by a car.
yeah.
Um, he was something.
Drank like a fish.
Mm-hmm. Him and Ric Flair. I'd like to
Yeah,
be a fly on that wall.
yeah. Him and Flair would close down bars.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a toll, though.
Yeah, yeah. That's why a lot of them don't make it into their 60s.
Yeah, they don't.
Mm.
It's either drugs or steroids or.
Mm.
We have them looking at scores. Mount St. Mary's is pulling ahead 64-51 over American.
Mm.
The winner of that gets Duke.
Now, Mount St. Mary's is always is a team that seems to be there quite a bit into the 64. Correct? Aren't they from Chicago?
No, they're from Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
Yeah, they're there, and they got a good team this year too. They got two big men, Adebayo, and I don't know if he's related to your Miami Heat guy. Bam, is Bam still with the Heat?
Yeah, yeah. Jimmy Butler isn't, but the rest.
Yeah,
of
I
them,
know Jimmy. He's at Golden State.
yeah.
But they got a kid, Cornelia, and Adebayo from Mount St. Mary's. Pretty good inside.
Mm.
But can they handle a kid like Cooper Flag? I mean, I doubt it.
Yeah. It's kind of
But
great to see St. John's back in the run.
yeah, man, I'm like in the days of Lou Carnesecca and Chris Mullen.
Those sweaters Lou used to have.
Yep.
Oh man.
And Chris Mullen.
Mm-hmm.
And who was it? Was it Walter Berry?
I believe so. Yeah.
The good old Big East listening to oh my God, the announcer UB Brooks
Mm-hmm.
and the other guy that would do Big East basketball. Why is his name escaping me? Oh my God, still does it today.
Vern Lundquist.
No, I'll remember it when we're off the air. So, what do you got coming up?
Well, uh, tomorrow, still yet to be decided. But Friday, I've got a double header. I'm going to be covering or State College and Mifflin County boys and girls lacrosse. Um, the boys really, really look like they have a very good and young team. They played Bellefonte well in the season opener. Um, so I'm anxious to see how they do against a really great team like State College, which is um, that's one of those teams that's been around and has a legacy of strong boys lacrosse action.
Is Anthony Everly still coaching them?
No, actually, it's now Rogers. I think it's Brett Rogers.
Okay.
Um, so little change in direction there, but um, yeah, it was weird not seeing him there this year. He's had it, I think, since the inception, right? Of
Yeah.
the so
Is that it for you this week?
yeah, because on Saturday I'll be doing girls lacrosse with Bellefonte and Mifflin County as well. Um, Tomorrow I'm not sure what I'm going to be covering. I'll have to look at the schedule when I get home tonight. Um, but yeah, I'm going to try not to do anything on Sunday and then see what Monday holds. Yeah, weather wise too.
Yeah. Yeah, this early spring, the weather can be crazy.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't
just
do
like
any. Go ahead.
I was just going to say Monday was like 45 degrees. Um, and
Yeah, what was
yesterday,
today, like 73?
yeah, exactly. Yep.
I don't know. I guess Anthony doesn't like me anymore. I do. That he didn't even ask me to write previews.
Really?
Really? So I guess I'm done with my uh, sports writing for them.
Mm,
Just news now.
wow.
Oh well, that's life. I really can't get to anything, so the only thing I could do is write features.
Yeah. Still, that's something that they have been lacking lately.
Yeah, that
Uh,
because I was waiting, because the season, I couldn't do the winter previews because I got sick and was in the hospital.
right, right.
But I was waiting, and the call never came.
Hmm.
That's all right. So enough of that boring stuff. Who cares what I think? Do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, sure.
Hold on. Gotta have the music. All right. Shout outs by Kenny Varner.
All right. Here we go. We talked about her earlier. Juniata freshman tennis player Sylvia Gager. She took a dominating performance tonight over Ethan Dosher, 6'4", 6'0". So not bad for a freshman. Um, Next up, I have Bellefonte boys lacrosse player Ryder Hamilton. Listen to this. Hamilton scored 7 goals yesterday versus Mifflin County in the win. The kid's
Wow.
um, um, so yeah, he's definitely one to watch in the area with boys lacrosse.
Yeah, you get 7 goals in a game. You
Mhm.
bet.
Yeah, and they didn't even use him like they could have. They had him late, setting up his teammates for passes and a chance to score. So very scary, very scary. Um, in part, though, I have a shout out here to Mifflin County Boys Lacrosse teams Nathan Parks. Um, Even though they fell 9-7 yesterday, he had a hat trick against Bellefonte. So definitely good when you can get a hat trick against a team like Bellefonte.
Yeah.
We talked about this one too. The Juniata Striders DMR relay team finished 10th in the country in the New Balance National Invitational. And here's a new one. Never heard this kid's name before. Also for the Juniata Striders, Carter Smith finished third in the nation in the 800, posting a sub 1 minute and 50 second or 50 second effort. So and
Yeah,
then
who's he?
I don't know, but I think he might be one we want to maybe try to keep an eye on.
Yeah, keep an eye on him.
And last we have State College runner Jesse Myers. He was also at the New Balance Invitational, and he finished second in the nation in the 200 meters. So that is it for my my shout outs. Hopefully have more next week with everything being in full go mode.
No, that's cool. I don't remember if I did it or not, but we probably did. But I'm going to give another shout out to Peyton Kearns for finishing 5th in the state at heavyweight AAA. The kid missed all of last year with an injury, and it was nice to see him come back and be an all state. Pretty cool.
It was, and it was great talking to him afterwards. Really excited. I don't know about you, but years ago, I've actually interviewed him when he was like in an elementary level, and real young kid, only up to my knees, maybe a little bigger, and interviewed him at Burger King, and he said he wanted to be a state medalist someday, and boom, there he is.
He did it.
He did it. So yeah, made me feel old, but I was so proud, to see him get to that point because I knew, how long he's had that dream.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and he's got, that I don't have to tell you, he's got a great attitude. Really comfortable doing interviews. Just a good kid.
Yeah, good role model too for others.
I don't know if he's going to go to college, but he does have that option to wrestle or play football.
Yep.
He was a guard on the Mifflin County football team?
Yes. Yep.
So congratulations to him.
That's such a great family too.
His dad Will's great, and his older brother Parker down at the Citadel.
Yep. Yeah, he said that he's going to be once he took a little break, he was going to go right back to the mats again. Going to wrestle over the summer, and
well, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like hearing that. We're gonna have a heck of it. We're gonna have a heck of a time trying to replace him next year. Well, it looks like I'm looking at scores. Looks like you're going to get Mount St. Mary's unless there's a big comeback. Right now, with 7 minutes to go, it's 74-57 Mount St. Mary's over American. How about that? Congratulations, Mount St. Mary's. Your reward is the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah. Quite the consolation prize.
Right. my Bruins made the tournament, but they should beat Utah State and then they're done.
Hmm.
It ain't my John Wooden Bruins.
Oh, yeah, I don't think we'll see a team like that ever again. Those.
Hell, it isn't even the Jim Herrick Bruins that won it in '95.
But at least they made it further than Penn State's basketball team.
Well, yeah, that's not hard to do.
Yeah.
Penn State focuses on other things, wrestling, football. They're actually pretty good at lacrosse too.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever notice though? Did you ever see their coach? Doesn't he look like Anthony Michael Hall?
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that.
When I first saw that they hired him, I thought, oh, yeah, this is funny. It's one of those memes. But thinking that was Anthony Michael Hall. But now I guess that's what he really looks like.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
Well, anything else, buddy? I think that's going to about wrap it up for tonight.
No, I do want to send out a thank you to everyone who prayed for my father.
Oh, yes.
Stroke. He's doing well. He's crotchety as ever, not listening and doing his own thing. But yeah, he's doing it, and he is. They say he's going to get back to pretty much his old self. So thank you everyone for the prayers, and it really, just thank you for all the responses.
Well, that's great to hear. Awesome. All right. That's going to about wrap it up for us. For Kenny Varner, I'm Brian Carson. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And we will have a show next week. We'll probably get a guest on here. Tonight, we just wanted to freestyle, Kenny and I. So thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your week. And take care.
Good night, everybody.